Robert E. Howard and the Son of Samaria. In the quiet of the night, with steady hands and a heart ablaze, Robert E. Howard summoned from the shadows the grim-eyed barbarian, a giant forged in steel and legend, in blood and cold. He was not born within books or halls, but in the shadows of distant lands, where the wind howls like a beast and mountains rise like swords toward the sky. On pages worn with time, his author breathed life and sorrow, as if he touched the very heart of a forgotten god. Thus, Conan emerged, a primal echo, a fierce roar of ancient times, not with the sweetness of mythic heroes, but with the brutality of one who knows the weight of steel, the bitterness of battle, and the silence of ashes. Howard, the solitary dreamer, held in his hands the fate of a savage world, whose boundaries were not limits, but promises of adventure. In the pulse of his restless heart was the taste of Samaria, where skies are gray, and peace is a myth for the foolish. In Conan's heart was the courage and fury of a wolf, unbound by the chains of kingdoms and kings, with no home to bind him, no throne to burden him with the weight of false glory. He was the raw force of a storm, the roar of thunder, and his creator, the craftsman of each step, of each scar. Howard wrote, as if leaping into an abyss, each word a sword stroke, each line a path open to a world of shadows and fire, where death and life entwine, where fate is carved in stone, a mark of a distant era. He knew Conan was more than a character, a reflection of desire, of a longing for freedom that transcends the civilized world. O Howard, bard of brutal legends, in that dusty Texas town where solitude echoed, your spirit wandered through unknown lands, through sands and snows, through valleys and forgotten mountains. In your heart, Conan was more than ink on paper. He was the flesh and bone of a fierce dream, unyielding, unbroken. And thus, in his creator's imagination, Conan sprang to life, with the fury of 1,000 storms, with the power of an untamed legend. Howard gave him the strength of titans, the endurance of mountains, but also the shadow of man, the weight of solitude that follows him. For in each battle, he bears the burden of a lost race, the silence of a Samaria wrapped in eternal shadows. Each tale, each saga, is a primal cry of freedom, a sigh from one who defies fate with iron hands and eyes of steel. Howard, the world builder, dreamed and wrote as one who carves in his own soul, a monument to willpower, to those who do not bend, to those who live by their own sword. Howard passed, too soon to see his hero rise, beyond pages, beyond ages, beyond borders. But his legacy lives, echoing in every heart that reads and understands that Conan is more than a story. He is an indomitable spirit, a call from lost ages, a promise of courage. And so, between shadows and steel, between despair and glory, Howard created a myth, a titan, a legend beyond compare. And we, the readers, are the heirs to this cry for freedom, for in each page, in each line, Robert E. Howard lives, and his Conan, always triumphant, never bows.
Sob o céu congelado, pontos sussurrados por cão, fogo em meus olhos, o coração que não conhecia o meu. Criado por lobos e corvos, o último cimério ao ficar em pé. Eu naveguei pelo oceano sem fim, um dragão esculpido na madeira e sangue. Espada é um corvo sedento, meus inimigos são subjugados aos meus pés. Da costa de Tura ao Domin, ninguém voado dos picos e aquilo onde a dominei. As lendas cantam sobre batalhas de um bárbaro corajoso e de coração rasgado. Testemunhei tempestades que quebraram mastro e mares que subiram tão alto. Mas nunca perdi minha coragem, sobre o céu vigilante lutei contra gigantes feitos de gelo e kraques que subiram das profundezas, me vinguei. Meu escudo uma parede de coragem onde os pesadelos adormecem. Eu naveguei pelo oceano sem fim, um dragão esculpido na madeira em sangue. Espada é um povo sedento, meus inimigos são subjugados aos meus pés. Da costa de Tura ao domínio, me levou a árvore dos pintos e aquilo eu me adominei. As lendas cantam sobre batalhas de um bárbaro.